Hey guys, GM, what's going on? Welcome to the live stream. Today we shall look at the best coin of them all, and that is Ondo Finance. I want to present to you guys the future of Ondo, the future of reward assets, and to update you to the reason why 50% of institutional investors are interested in the reward assets. And the leading coin within that category is Ondo Finance. And I'm not the one saying that. These are constitutional reports that are saying or that are reporting on that. And I will be showing you the data, where that's coming from, and also some of the recent updates in terms of Ondo Finance, because a lot has happened. Not many people are paying attention to what's going on, except for the price, but a lot behind the scenes is going on. When I say a lot, guys, I mean jaw-dropping updates on Ondo Finance. Now, if you're just joining us for the first time on this live stream, my name is Gray BTC. I've been in crypto since more than 8 years, and I've been through multiple cycles in this market. And my biggest pleasure is to help other investors, new or old, to basically succeed in this market, find opportunities, and exploit them. So, welcome, you guys. Chat, make sure you leave the comment. If you have any questions, I will address all of them. If you are new to the channel, obviously hit the subscribe button. If you are not subscribed, well, you have to do both like and subscribe. Smash the like button until it breaks. Because what I'm about to share today, guys, is that kind of content that helps you make money, which is what I've always done. I told you about this coin way before everybody was talking about it. A lot of my followers, those who are in the alpha group, are up minimum 5x on this coin. Some of you guys that are from YouTube, you're also up 3 to 5x as well, if not more, because I've been telling you about this coin since 20 cents. Right now, Ondo Finance is standing at a jaw-dropping price of $1.22. And that is what we're going to talk about today. If you're watching from other platforms, I'd recommend you come on to YouTube, because the live stream is just better. You've got links in the description and so many other important things that you might not have on Instagram Live or on Twitter. So go to Crypto Hustle on YouTube and you'll be able to find out what I'm talking about. You'll be able to see my screen in full and have access to all the other things. I am so excited, as you guys already know, that in this bull run as an investor, my biggest pride so far, or the project that I'm extremely happy with, or that I am extremely bullish on, is Ondo Finance. And you can't blame me. I get passionate on things that I like and things that work. I was passionate about WIF. Look at what happened to WIF. From 10 cents, we went all the way to up to $4 almost. That's the opportunities we're talking about here. And I think Ondo is going to do great, and it's going to go beyond that. So let me start by already sharing what I'm looking at, right? I want to show you guys the data that I've been looking at and why I think Ondo is going to go higher and why investors are going ballistic. So this is Ondo Finance page, okay? And this is the latest news. According to Unchained, Arbitrum Endowment Committee recommends 6 real-world asset products, including BlackRock's Bugle Fund. And within this, Ondo is part of the recommended 6 real-world asset products. Ondo is part of that. So Arbitrum Endowment Committee is from Arbitrum. You guys know Arbitrum Foundation. They're worth billions of dollars. And they recommended 6 reward assets products, including one under BlackRock's belt. And you guys know which one it is. So it says here, the 6 products include BlackRock's Bugle Fund with securitized, Ondo Finance US dollar yield token, Superstate USDB Fund, Mountain Protocol USDM, Open Eden's T-bill fund, and Backed Finance, BIB01 asset, whatever. So you can see the list in which Ondo is finding itself. It's finding itself within the ranks of the big league, not little children here. It's only the big leagues that are talking about Ondo, the institutions, right? You can see here, they clearly says where is that? Yeah. Of the total 35 million, Arbitrum's STEP committee proposed a roughly 31% allocation or 11 million ARB tokens to BlackRock's Bugle Fund with Securitize, the highest figure among the group, while Ondo Finance US dollar yield token and Superstate to be fund had suggested allocation of 6 million. So, like Arbitrum, they have their own token, the Arbitrum Foundation, right? They have their own token, and they have the endowment committee that handles their investments or their money. They need to sort of reallocate some of these assets into more safer investments that are also sort of productive. And they decided to go with Ando. If I don't know if you guys understand how bullish that is. Another crypto company choosing Ando's product as their tool for investment. So that tells you everything you need to know. All right. And here, institutional sentiment points to increased adoption of digital assets. And this is according to Ernst Young, EY. A lot of you know who these guys are. And I think there is a mention for Ondo here. Let's just see. Okay, they didn't mention Ondo specifically, but they are now bullish on digital assets and they continue to secure positions in the portfolios of institutional investors. All right. So, but now, if you clock it back a little bit, where is that? Yeah. So, a survey by Ernst Young shows 50% of institutional investors are interested in tokenized assets, with 31% planning to act this year or next. The yield coin space, currently driven by crypto native capital, may see major growth from external capital. And number one in this world is Ondo Finance. So if you are still in the slumber, you don't know what's going on, you don't know what RWA are or reward assets, I'm here to explain it to you. Reward assets are cryptocurrencies or cryptocurrency projects that are based off real world data or assets. So they basically just take something that already exists, digitize it on the blockchain, and make it available in the DeFi world. And the number one project in this space currently is Ondo. Why? I can show you right now. So if you go to categories and you go to RWA, or let's just search like this. Categories, RWA. Yeah, here we go. So you can see in the RWA, Ondo is number one. Why and what is Ondo doing? Ondo is taking the US dollar and turning it into a stable coin, but a type of stable coin that generates yield. So if the yield rate in the US is say 5.3%, and you're holding Ondo's stable coin, you will be able to earn your interest within that coin, and it will be automatically be done. And the same with, they have also digitized government bonds. If you go to the website, it's very easy to understand. So currently, Ondo is standing at $1.7 billion of market cap, not much at all, and is expected to grow. And they have multiple products: the USD, the OUSG, and the USDY. Right? So the OUSG is US Treasuries. So why is this important? Imagine a small company. As a fund manager, I know this problem myself. Where if you're on one side of the world, right? Let's say you're someone who is in Cambodia or somewhere. You're managing $20 million. It's a lot of money, but in the hedge fund space, it's nothing. You're managing maybe a family office's money or something. For you to invest in US treasuries, which a lot of people want, it's safer. It's a very complicated process because you have to find a way to get these funds, to get this money over to the US treasury market. So you use brokers, it's very expensive, it's slow, you use banks. But right now, what a lot of people are doing, and I know some people doing this already, some fund managers, they're buying Ethereum, they're buying Solana, they're buying Polygon, and then they're just swapping for OUSG. That is game changer. That means you have exposure to the US treasuries without going through the traditional route. All right. And then this is the US dollar yield, which generates yield. You can do it right now if you want. You convert, let's say you have money in the bank in some other country. Let's say you're in Brazil, or you're in Nigeria, or you're in Moldova. And you're like, oh, I'm scared of the inflation in my country. Maybe you're in South Africa. I'm scared of the inflation in this country, or the currency losing value. I want to be in the US dollar, but I want to yield some, I want to make sure that I'm generating some yield APY on it. 5.3% is the US dollar rate right now. How do I do it? Well, typically you're supposed to buy Forex, which is a complicated process involving the bank. Right now, what most people are doing, they're buying either they're buying Ethereum, they can buy Aptos because now it's on multiple chains. And then you can just swap that for Ondo's USDY. And then you got money. Currently, $328 million is locked at a 5.3% yield rate. Okay, the price is $1. It's even above the US dollar. So the USDY has more value than the US dollar, obviously because of the yield, the 5.3%, sort of doing the math to these other numbers. All right, let's look at a lot more of why I am bullish on Ondo, my friends. Let's get it going. And then we're going to look at the price and we do the price predictions. All right. So this is another piece of news as well. Integration alert: USDY from Ondo Finance is now supported on the Manto ecosystem deployed by Dolomite. So the Manto ecosystem now has Ondo, and the people behind it are Dolomite, which means you can also buy and swap on the USDY on Manto blockchain. Now, most people do not know this or the story behind the whole Manto situation. So Manto is the blockchain that came out of, I know Bybit and Founders Fund invested in a blockchain before, and that didn't work that well. And then it evolved to becoming Manto. I forgot what the previous name was. You guys remember this. So Manto still is on top of the game in terms of building an institutional products. And what they are doing, they have helped Ondo to basically be available on their chain, which is also bullish. But if you looked closely from the website, right, it says here now, it used to be only the first time I told you about Ondo, it was only on Ethereum. Now, guys, it's on Manto, it's on Solana, it's on Sui, it's on Aptos, it's on multiple other chains. I know that for sure. The Mantra DAO, also it's one of those. Ondo is supported on there. So this is basically absorbing liquidity, making it available on as many chains as possible, makes it easier for investors to get in and to get out. It is just a matter of time. McKinsey recently shared insights on tokenization, highlighting products managed by established incumbents such as BlackRock, WisdomTree, and Franklin Templeton, as well as Web3 natives such as Ondo Finance. Great article. It's available on Ondo's blog. You can read it, but it's McKinsey who is actually saying these things. Here you go. So if you look at the big boys, they are all looking at investing in reward assets because it is the type of crypto that makes sense for them. You can see 50% of them they're talking about investing in reward assets, and Ondo is just part of it. Now let's look at the price of Ondo and the technicals and what makes sense and what doesn't. By the way, you can buy Ondo. It's available on Bybit. Link to Bybit, guys, is in the description below. Use my link to take advantage of all the benefits that comes with it. You get low fees. You also get welcome bonuses up to $30,000, depending on how much you're going to deposit on the platform and start trading with. So take advantage of that. The link to Bybit is in the description below. Okay, so this is Ondo's chart at the moment, standing nicely at $1.20, outperforming almost everything in the market. Things are falling badly right now. If I go to crypto today, a lot of coins down bad by 6%, by 8%. Like TIA is back down by 6%. You can see there. H bar and several others. Ondo is basically just keeping cool, maintaining even better than Bitcoin in most days of recent. That means there is the strong support. A lot of investors are buying Ondo, they're not selling it. That's all you need to know. When there are more buyers than sellers, the price maintains really well. And that's what's happening to Ondo. It has created a good support level at from $1.10 all the way up to $1.21. And the only thing we have to worry about, or to at least wait for, is for it to just break this level. That's where we're waiting for. When that level is broken, we're now going to $2.30 and beyond. And I'm not selling anything. I will wait until the market go bananas. Now, there are always questions about when to sell Ondo, and a lot of people know that it's very important to take profit, right? We invest to make a lot more Bitcoin or a lot more Ethereum, that's for sure. But when do you sell Ondo? It's a very simple question for me. I will sell Ondo the closer we get to the unlock. And I've talked about you guys about this before. We discussed this before. Just like any other token, Ondo has its own weaknesses, and I don't lie to you about it. It has a huge supply of tokens, which some of them are getting unlocked 205 days from now. So very important for every investor to know. And this is going to affect Ondo by, in a significant way. A lot of tokens will be unlocked at that moment. So 3 allocations to 3 different investors, which is Founders Fund, Pantera Capital, and Coinbase Ventures. They'll be getting their tokens. The good thing is that those guys are too big. They're not going to be desperate to sell like retail investors, right? So that's on the bright side. Currently, 14% of Ondo Finance is unlocked, which is for 1.4 billion tokens in circulation, and 8.56 billion is still locked. So we're still waiting for that to happen. But not all of them are going to be unlocked in January of 2025, but it will have an effect on the market. So I will be selling as closer we get to this number. The price is going to drop, and then I'll wait for the drop to actually reach the bottom, and then I'll buy in again a lot. Now, this is like that, but I don't want you to get it so messed up, because by the time it starts crashing, it will probably already has gone to $10 or something. And then it would crash maybe to $6 or $5 after the unlock. So you have to be technical because the buy opportunity might not right now is $1. It sounds like it's a lot, but at that point you'll probably be hoping for a $5 dip so that you can buy it at $5 or something like that. So right now at the current price, I think Ando is still extremely undervalued. More and more content creators on Twitter are talking about Ando. It's not just me anymore at this point, because I was the only one for this whole year talking about Ando. But now I'm seeing a lot more people, a lot more um, influencers talk about it. They're waking up from their slumber and they can see that Ando is coming and the reward assets. So there's a question about, okay, reward assets is interesting, Gray. How do I invest in it? Which ones are the best coins? What? If you don't have experience in this market, rather just make it safe. Just get the top five in this market. And the number one is Ondo, two is Pendo, three is Mantra, XDC Network, Polymesh. I would add to that, I would add Prop C, which is Prop Chain, very undervalued. I would add it into that. I don't know why most people are sleeping on Prop Chain, but this is another real estate project on the blockchain. It's reward assets. And there is Godfinch, which I do hold some. It's having some problems technically behind the scenes, bankruptcy or they're running out of money. I think they will survive and they'll bounce back. So if you believe in buying projects that are under distress, this is a very good opportunity if you want to take the risk. That's another good one here. And then we have other projects like Florence, which are extremely high risk. But I am personally invested in Florence Finance. It's down by a lot since I invested. But I've seen that it's being listed on multiple exchanges. The team are still behind it, trying to push it each and every day, including the CEO, who is an ex. More was he working for J.P. Morgan? It was J.P. Morgan or some other large bank like that. So I'm also bullish on Florence Finance Medici, but this is extremely high risk. So if you're going to play in this game, you have to know what you're doing. If you don't know enough, well, then just stick to Ondo. One Ondo for the condo. Ondo, condo. You get some Ondo, you buy some condo at the top of the bull market. And that is the game as far as reward assets and why I'm extremely bullish on Ondo. I can show you my conviction on this. One of my positions is public on Ondo. I say that when it hits $2 million, I will give $20,000 to one of my followers. You can see here, I had put in $242,000 on this day. Well, I had $242,000 on this day of Ondo. And I'm just holding this bag until it gets to 2 mil. When it's $2 million, I will give $20,000 to one of my lucky followers on Twitter. All right. And there are people out there like Crespo Crypto says it will hit $10 million at least. I think a lot of people know that Ondo is definitely for the condo. It's going to happen. So if you're not following me on Twitter, you're making a huge mistake. You might just be that lucky winner on that day when this portfolio is 2 million. That is only 10x from here, which is nothing if you ask me. I've been in this market long enough. I know the drill. Okay, my friends, do you have any questions? Sliver says, yo, someone in from 26 cents. Congratulations, brother. I love that. Toby says, I just moved from Instagram to YouTube. Yeah, welcome. That's very important. And as far as what's going on with crypto over the week, I told you yesterday that we're more likely to dip some more a little bit. However, You will never know what the exact bottom is. So if you're looking for opportunities to buy the dip, buy as much as you can in these prices, guys. You're never going to regret buying the dip. And your forward says Bit Down. That is the previous name, I think. Yeah. So Manto used to be called Bit Down. Then Bit Down converted into Manto. But Founders Fund is still in there. I think that's why we're seeing some interoperability between Manto and Ondo, because Founders Fund was also invested in Bit Down, even though they sold majority of their tokens. Big bag of Ondo. Price prediction for ENA. I'll make a video about ENA, I think, tomorrow. Richard Moore says, got a small bag of Ondo. Yeah, for sure, everybody. Sliver says, guys, trust me, you can't tell when it goes down. Do not escape the market, just hold. Yeah, absolutely. It's better to just hold. Kojo says, what about Azuki? I don't hold any Azuki. You're talking about the NFT or they have a token now? Aave looks like a good play for the bull market. Yeah, especially for the Ethereum, when it comes to the Ethereum ETF. Aave, we have already seen what happened on the last news or on the last run based on the Ethereum ETF news. It was all about DeFi on Ethereum. So it was Aave, it was Uniswap, and several other coins. So if the Ethereum ETF news starts looming back again, you know what to buy. You just have to buy those tokens again. Mr. Fab says, Greg, do you think Floki will cook? Yeah, for sure. But is it going to cook more than Pepe or Whiff, Dog with Hat? I don't think so. I would say if you want to buy meme coins, stick to the newer ones, but the ones that are already established to just play it safe. Koji says the NFT Azuki. I'm not really buying NFTs on Ethereum as much. I mostly trade NFTs on Bitcoin. So I mostly do ordinals. Ethereum NFTs, I still have some of them, but most of them I sold. I sold my board ape. I sold a lot of stuff, man. Right now, I mostly focus on the ordinal space. So I hold Bitcoin puppets, quantum cats, some runestones, Bitcoin frogs I sold. I probably should be buying them back. They're down bad right now. I hold Puppet Maxi Bees, RSIC Meta Protocol. I still hold the NFTs. What else? Yeah, I do hold some stuff here, man. Um, yeah, stuff like that. So these are I think I'll have to make another live stream update for NFTs, guys, because people think that they're dead, but it's another market that you can take advantage of right now because everything is down bad. ETH ETF inflows. Yeah, when they launch and they start trading, that's when we can expect inflows, right? So when the Ethereum inflow starts pumping in, expect DeFi to pump up as well. What about Stacks? Yeah, Stacks is still a good play, still waiting for that Nakamoto upgrade. But the honest truth is, this live stream is meant to be about Ando for the condo. So I'm sticking to subject as much as I can. I gotta go right now, but thank you guys for joining us. As far as the price prediction for Ando, I mean, I'm looking at $10 in the short term. When I'm just waiting for the narrative for RWA to become the dominant. Like you have never heard of CNBC talk about the real world assets, blah blah blah. Like whenever something becomes popular, it ends up on CNBC, and they'll invite some traditional finance guys to talk about it, pretending to know what they're talking about or know what they're doing. So for real world assets, we're waiting for that. But I believe that when it happens, it's going to go ballistic because it's the type of asset class that the traditional finance people understand. So they'll be like, oh, we're on CNBC. What is this all about reward assets? And then there'll be somebody talking there on an interview, say, we're digitizing US dollar treasury bills. What? They'll be like, oh, that's cool. And when the investors read up about Ondo, they'll be like, oh, wow, this is a beautiful crypto project that is not a dog picture. I will invest. And then the number go up, the number go up, the number go up until we reach to the moon, my friends. It's not going to be a smooth ride, I can tell you about that, because as much as we wanted to pump, there are so many people praying for its demise because they missed out and they want to buy the dip at $1 or less, whatever. So don't expect that you're going to invest and then just going to pump up. You got to stay patient, my friend. But I can tell you that the only way for us to go is up. This is what we look like right now. We just have to break another leg from, if we have to just repeat what we did recently, this was the consolidation level. The top was here. That was 97%. From 75 cents to 148, right? Now, if we do another 97%, let's consider right now is some consolidation. We did another 97%. That is $2.40, which is 238, what my prediction has always been. So yeah, you're absolutely right. We're waiting for the RWA bubble because it hasn't happened yet. We're waiting for the bubble to happen. And when the bubble kicks in, it's going to get ugly. Everybody will be rushing to get some Ondo and it's going to be too late. We're just going to be watching our portfolio pump. It's just going to be that one day you wake up, Ondo is $2. The next day is 3, 4, 5, a little correction, then $6. And then before you know it, it's $10. And then we're going to celebrate. But we're even going to go beyond that. So let's sit down, diamond hands, and wait for the RWA bubble because it's coming. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on Twitter and Instagram. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment. Peace, my